now for television's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? And now, from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the moderator and star of I've Got a Secret and other shows coast to coast, Mr. Steve Allen.
Thank you very much. At this point, it had been planned all week that I was to introduce my favorite television personality, Jane Meadows. We came in on separate planes just a little while ago, and Jane is still up there. It's been kind of a wild New Year's. However, if anyone can replace my wife, it's one of my favorite people, Mr. Martin Gable. Ladies and gentlemen.
On my left, the person who has helped me survive into this new year, in fact, is the chief cause, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now, another gentleman with whom I am delighted to start the new year, Mr. Bennett, sir.
And here's a man who has resolved for 1966 never to mislead the panel. And this is a resolution you will see burst to smithereens within the next 10 minutes. Mr. John Charles Daly.
Actually, I can make no response to that because a couple of 3 weeks ago, Bennett was made chairman of the board at Random House, and you can't say things about chairman of the board. It's just not done. Steve, it's great to have you here. Helps us start the year off. Martin, nice to have you here. Hope we'll see both of you many times. We've got some interesting things for you to play with tonight. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before my friends on the panel a little bit later in the program. But right now, let's meet our first contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Mary McClung, right? Already? Is it Miss or Mrs. McClung? Mrs. McClung. And where are you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. It's nice to have you with us. Mrs. McClung, may I introduce the panel? And now if you'll come over here with me, please. We'll tell the audience in the theater and the audience at home exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we can tell you that Mrs. McClung is salaried and deals in a product. And we'll begin things with Steve Allen.
Mrs. McClung, inasmuch as it's just past New Year's Eve, could your product have any relationship to New Year's?
Specifically as a part of the festivity that goes on in New Year's?
In any specific way,
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Gable.
Is your product non-seasonal?
No.
Non-seasonal.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Is it something that is used equally by men and women?
Yes.
Is it something that's visible when used?
Yes.
Is it something that's worn?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it something that is consumed, Mrs. McClung?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Sir.
Mrs. McClung, is it a useful product?
Yes.
Is it a product that varies in price?
Yeah, we would have to agree that the price range covering the product generally could vary.
It ran. But may I describe this as a non-luxury product, a useful product, not non-luxury?
Yes.
Would it then sell for less than $10?
I would say so.
Would it sell for less than $5?
No.
That makes it
5
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Allen.
If we bought a sufficient quantity, could we get the price down?
We would have to assume
Always
so.
a man to save it down.
Let me see. Would it be used in the home?
Yes.
Would it be more likely to be used in the home than away from the home?
Yes.
Would it be used in one room of the home rather than all over?
Yes.
Could that room be the kitchen?
Yes.
Has it anything to do with cooking?
No.
No, not specifically. 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Gable.
Has it anything to do with food?
Yes.
Has it anything to do in the housing of food, if I may use an awkward
Yes.
phrase?
Be as awkward as you want to, Mark.
I can't help it. Trying to be graceful. Is it some kind of kitchen utensil into which you put articles of food, then?
Yes.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
No, not bigger than a bread box. That's 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Brent.
Is it about the same size as a bread box?
Yes.
Yes.
But it isn't a bread box, I suppose. It is a bread box.
Certainly it is.
Well, needless to say, Steve, you recognize we set that booby trap for you.
Now I do, yes.
And
It's the Steve Allen bread box.
And thank
It's
you,
one of
Martin.
those things you think of after you get home. You know, you should have said it. And so
Well, thank you very much, Martin, for
After
coming up
being in
with
the business for 20 years, it's a wonderful thing to be remembered for, John. Your bread box.
Well, actually, Mrs. McClung is with the Chromex Company of Cleveland. And to get to the price, they're made out of, many things, chrome.
must be an
aluminum.
expensive bread box.
No, its average price is around $10. It's a quality price. The average price is around $10, so we could legitimately
We have a
give you that.
$4 bread box.
You have a $4 bread box. Well,
We don't even have any bread.
you both can move up. Martin can get a $10 bread box, and Bennett, we'll give you some bread, and that'll take care of that, and we'll give our thanks to Mrs. McClung for being a nice guest. Thank you. Nice to have you. We'll have another contestant for you in just a moment after this word. Will you enter and sign in, please? Charles Kabibi, right, sir? All right. Mr. Kabibi, where are you from?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Well, now, yes, you've got your plaque here. You've always got some customers from Brooklyn.
Right.
All right, Mr. Kabibi, may I present the panel? Now, you join me over here, sir, and we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home and the audience in Brooklyn know exactly what your line is. All right, panel, we can tell you that Mr. Kabibi is salaried and deals in a service. And we'll begin things with Arlene Francis.
Mr. Kabibi, do you work for a non-profit making organization?
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Is the service that you perform, Mr. Gabini, performed for human beings?
Yes.
Is it performed for both sexes?
Yes.
Can it also be performed for children?
Yes.
Is the
Now, wait a
service...
minute. We got to have a small conference.
It's a nice watch, John.
Bennett, we think this might be misleading. We will agree that the service that Mr. Kabibi particularly gives is used by both men and women, but we would doubt very much that his specific service would be used by children. So we'll give you
So
a
I
no.
get a no.
Yeah. 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Ralph.
Do the people who enjoy your service go to you rather than you're coming to them?
Yes.
Do they go to a shop of some kind?
Yes.
I see. Do you wear something other than common street clothes?
No.
That's 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Gable.
Mr. Kabibi, there's something very sporting looking about you. Has your service anything to do with sports?
No.
That's 4 down and 6 to go.
I want to congratulate you on your deductive powers.
Thank you. That's a Moriarty.
4 down and 6 to go, Arlene.
Mr. Kabibi, you wear the same sort of thing you have on now for your
Yes.
job, then? And people come to you and your job mostly is indoors.
Right.
Do you ever advise them in any way, Mr. Kabibi?
Yes.
Do you advise them as to their well-being?
No, I don't think so. 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sir.
Mr. Kababy, do you advise them on their physical appearance in any way?
No.
This is a broad area. With Mr. Kabibi's permission, I would say, Bennett, that in the mix of the service that they get from Mr. Kabibi, we would agree that there is an element of improvement in appearance. It's in the general mix, so that you go ahead.
Baby, do you come in physical contact with the people for whom you're performing the service?
No.
That makes it 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Allen.
Oh, that rules out what Martin had just suggested to me. He thought Mr. Kabibi might be a kabarber.
A kabarber?
Oh, dear.
Well, you got to laugh anyways.
Yes. Not much of a laugh, and just about what he deserved, too, now that I think of it. Anyway, back to our program. Does it cost your customers more than $15 to avail themselves of your services?
Yes.
Is their appearance changed in any way?
His customer's appearance changed in any way?
Yes.
Here again, with Mr. Kabibi's permission, I would say that in the process of taking this service, it is possible that those who seek it might, of their own volition, take such action as to make a difference in their appearance, yes.
Remember, it's a new year, John.
Has it anything to do with their financial condition?
No.
No. That's 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Gable.
Do you need a higher education for this mysterious service?
Not necessarily.
No, that's 8 down and 2 to go, Miss Francis.
You therefore do not have a title, Mr. Kabini, other than Mr.
Right.
In this country, that is the highest title.
Does one come to you more than once as a rule? Would a person be liable to go to you twice?
No.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Kabini.
Well, now here again, we will agree that if they come to Mr. Kabibi for the service, and the tenure of their relationship is that which is normal and customary, that would be one visit. However, if you meant do they come into his presence more than once while in the process of getting this service, we would have to agree yes. So we'll give you a qualified yes.
I see. However, they do not actually change in appearance. Is that what you said, John, before?
No, what I said before, I've even forgotten myself, and I wouldn't want to try it again.
They could change in appearance?
They could. It would be a purely voluntary act if they were to do so.
Is there anything in showmanship connected with what you do?
No.
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 Mr. Cerf?
Mr. Kababy, does you say their physical appearance might change as a result of your service?
It'd be a voluntary act on their part.
Would they put anything on themselves that would change their physical appearance?
No.
I don't think so. We're going to put this over. Actually, you've got it, and it's a very technical little trick here that beats you over. What was it you said, Steve, that you thought maybe Mr. Kabibi had something to do with being a barber?
Being a kabarber.
Being a barber. Well, actually,
Maybe it's a Turkish bath.
You're not
No.
going to let that die, are you, John?
But he is not a barber. He runs a barber school, but is not himself a barber. He runs the Atlas Barber School here in Manhattan, and he shows other people how, but does not himself do the barbering. So he's
Mr. Kababy, one of your students flunked his exam on me last week.
Yeah, I know, Bennett. It shows.
What Bennett is trying to say is his student made a kaboo-boo. I'm glad you said that.
Wait, Mr. Kabibi, somebody told me you have a master's degree from Columbia.
That's right.
What did you take your degree in?
Romance languages.
Romance languages? Does this help you running a barber
yes.
school? It does. Oh, that's pretty wonderful. Mr. Kabibi's got a master's degree in romance languages from Columbia University. So you can see if you study romance languages, you never can tell where you're going to wind up. Maybe on What's My Line. Thank you very much, sir.
Bob,
We'll meet our mystery guest in just a moment, but first, this message. Challenger, for which the panel is always blindfolded. Are the blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes, John.
Good. Will you enter Mystery Challenger and sign in, please? panel. As you know, in this case, a different form of questioning, one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we will begin with Bennett Cerf.
Well, I'm happy to say that New York has been crawling the last week with beautiful girls in one aspect of show business or another. Are you one of these glorious creatures?
I will answer that with a definite yes, if I may. All right, Mr. Allen?
Have you worked in motion pictures?
Yes.
Mr. Gable?
Is that your principal profession?
Oh, yes.
Miss Francis?
What?
Oh, yes.
Are you something other than American?
How?
What?
Half.
Half.
Mr. Cerf?
Have you got a father who is one of the most famous people in the whole world?
Right.
Yes.
Are you Miss Chaplin?
Yes.
It's right, Geraldine. I guess you all read the papers now in Dr. Zhivago, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's big picture that opened in the middle of December. How nice to have you with us. This is the first visit to New York.
Yes, it's the first time I've ever been here.
Really? Tell us what you think of New York.
I
Good or
love
bad?
it.
Do you really?
I think it's so exciting. And, you know, I don't have much time here, but I'm certainly going to come back soon.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it's good to have you here. You don't think that we run at too fast a pace or anything like that?
I love it.
You love it
I
fast
think it's
and pace.
marvelous, yes. So
Well, you
exciting.
spend most of your life in England and France?
Mostly in
and
Switzerland, yes.
huh? Well,
John, may I ask Miss Chaplin a question? Was it a lot of fun making Dr. Zhivago?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Where it was made in Spain,
It
wasn't
was
it?
all made in Spain, yes. 10 months in Spain. Oh, terrific. Great fun. And
We're all very good friends of your brother Sidney.
Oh,
He doesn't speak quite as softly as you do.
well, it's nice that you have, in a sense, come home again, because, the half-citizenship we must explain. Miss Geraldine has dual citizenship, British and American, so we could say half when you asked if she was American. Born in Santa Monica, but through your dad, I guess, you get the British
Yes.
citizens. So
What you
she's
can
dual.
What you can say, John, is that she's half British and half American.
Half British and half American, right.
And all bred for talent.
Right.
Both sides.
Good. And thanks very much for coming to join us. Nice to have you with us. Well, panel, I must agree you're starting off with a bang this year. You've done very well. We'll have another contestant for you after this word. Please. Werner? Yes, indeed. Werner, yes, indeed. How are you? Werner Guggenheim, right, sir?
Right.
Guggenheim. Where are you from, Mr. Guggenheim?
From Queens.
From Queens. Well, you're another neighbor then. Mr. Guggenheim, may I present our panel? And now would you come over and join me, and we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, we can tell you that Mr. Guggenheim is salaried and deals in a product, and we will begin with Martin Gable.
Mr. Guggenheim, am I right in thinking that you're not related to the Captain Harry Guggenheim who owns Newsday?
You are right.
It's unfortunate. Is your product something that any member of this panel could use?
Yes.
Is it something that would be more apt to be used by the men on the panel than the woman on the panel?
No.
No, couldn't say that. 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Is the product found in the home, Mr. Guggenheim?
Yes, it is.
Is it a pleasant product?
Yes, rather.
Is it a product that might be found if one had a 2-story house on the first floor of the house?
Not
Let
necessarily.
me just say yes. Don't give me any information.
Well, I
It
think
could
that
be.
giveaway means it could be found in any part of the house.
That is so.
Does this product move of its own volition?
You mean from one place to another, get up and go from one place to another? Doesn't move that.
No.
No, that doesn't do. 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Guggenheim, is this product consumed?
No, it is not.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Allen.
When you specified that the product did not move from one place to another, did you mean to imply that there is some movement even though the object remains stationary?
Yes.
It has then moving parts.
Yes, it does.
Is it made of metal?
Yes.
Could it be described as machinery of some kind?
Some
kind of a machine.
Yeah, we would agree loosely that you could describe it as having some relationship to machinery.
Loose machine. Does it work under its own power rather than being plugged in electrically?
Yes.
And I gathered it would be more likely to be found upstairs from something that was, although it could be found...
No, I think the final deduction there was that you could find it around the house, and it had no particular relationship to...
Is it smaller than a bread box?
Yes, it is.
Has it anything to do with any kind of a time-telling device?
No.
No. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Gable.
Is it something that one customarily moves from room to room?
No. 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
When it is in use, is it, does it have to be handled by someone rather than just let it be there and it's useful all by itself? Someone has to be doing something to it or with it in order for it to be useful.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do whatsoever with communications in any way?
No.
No, that's make 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Guggenheim, does this product have anything to do with either beautifying or cleaning?
No.
7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Allen.
Oh, dear. Has it any effect upon the health of the user?
Any effect upon the health of the user?
Yes.
No.
No.
That's 8 down and 2 to go, Mr. Gable.
Is there something on it when one moves it?
No. Nope. 9 down and 1 to go, Miss Francis.
But when it is in use, must it be applied to something or someone in order for it to be useful?
No. No, that's 10 down and no more to go. What'd say, Bennett?
Make music or anything like that? Is it a phonograph or a radio or something?
No, that would be communication.
Or
a music box.
A music box?
Music box is right. Mr. Guggenheim is sales manager of the music box division of Elba?
Elpa. Marketing. Thornton's Music Box.
Thornton's music boxes, which we've all known of, and the price range on them is fascinating, from $3.50 to $100.
That's right.
Beautiful. Make beautiful music, and everybody has a perfectly...
What's your most popular song, Mr. Guggenheim?
Well, for children, of course, it's Brahms' Lullaby, Rockabye Baby, and Stuffed Animal. But for adults, it's I Love You Truly and Let Me Call You Sweetheart.
Oh, well, that is 1966 and nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed at all. Well, we start the panel and we thank you for that, sir. It's nice to have had you with us. And what's my life. Again, Martin and Steve, it's great to have you with us, and good night, Mr. Steve Allen.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Good night, Martin.
Good night, Steve. Happy New Year.
Thanks, same to you.
Arlene.
Arlene, what?
See you this year.
Joyous New Year, everybody. And to you, Bennett.
And I wish you all the same. And John, no more babies this year.
I knew when he got to be chairman of the board, he'd become the bossiest man I ever ran into, and it's begun already. So there you are. Well, thanks to everybody for being with us on What's My Line?
You are a country of trivia lovers.
I'm so excited I can't stand it.
Yay! And you're hungry for a challenge.
Wake up now, my Quiz Nation people.
Give us a call. If you've got the brains,
Mark, Helen.
we've got the cash.
You just won $400.
Quiz Nation, Wednesday through Saturday at midnight.
Let's all play What's My Line? And now, let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, that silly, sensational, sexy symbol, Soupy Sales.
Thank you. And thank you, Wayne Howe. It's a pleasure to welcome back to the panel of What's My Line, the beautiful young lady you see every night on Beat the Clock. Would you please welcome Gail Sheldon.
And now here's the star of this season's sensational hit, MASH, Alan Alda.
She's a charming actress and author whose book, The Deceivers, is a big hit, but on this show she always tells the truth. Joanna Barnes.
And now the leader of our fearsome foursome, Mr. Larry Blyden.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Gail, Alan, Joanna.
Hi there.
Welcome back, all bodies.
Thank you, Larry.
It is delightful to see you all.
It is I also, W.
Isn't that it is splendid? Hello.
Yes.
What we have today... Hello, Sue.
Hello, Sue.
Hello, Sue.
Like that. Hi, Larry. How are you?
What we have... Well, they were just, kind of visiting today, and you're always here.
It seems like that, doesn't it?
You make me sound like a fungus.
Listen, we have two terrific challenges for you today and a marvelous mystery guest who will puzzle you. Right now with our first challenger, enter and sign in, please. Chuck Bosworth. Where are you from, Chuck?
I'm from Lindenhurst, New York.
Okay, panel. Chuck Bosworth is recognized as an authority on a certain product. We will now show the audience what the product is. And just because she looks so cheery in that yellow blouse, let's start with Gail.
Thank you, Larry. Mr. Bosworth, is this a product that both men and women can use?
Yes.
Is it a product you'd find around the home?
Yes.
Is it a product that you'd find in a particular room in the house?
Yes.
Would that room be the kitchen?
Yes.
Does this product, is it electric?
One down and 9 to go, Alan.
Did we establish it would be found in the kitchen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it something that you could place in a drawer?